Hi, my name is Angela McCausland. I am a running coach. I'm also a runner, and I'm also running Bath Half Marathon for Bath Rugby Foundation. This will be my 15th or 16th running of Bath Half, can't remember which. And I've run it with Bath Rugby Foundation, I think, for the last 8 years.
Hi, I'm Jack Hill. I'm the Community Liaison Officer for Bath Rugby Foundation, and this is my first time running a half marathon / running at all. Angela, great to see you again. Happy New Year.
Oh, you too, yeah. And hope you had a good Christmas.
I did, thank you, I did. So I got to where I wanted to be with my running, which
Brilliant.
I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
But it feels very real now. We've got into 26, obviously. We're only about, 2 months away sort of thing. And I just really, what I need help with is what should my focus be? What are my priorities for the next sort of month?
Everyone complains about January being about 7.5 weeks long. Great. You need all those weeks for training. And so that's a positive. The other thing about January that I love is everyone then is now in panic mode. I've got to get fit. So you'll have plenty of people that will be out running the streets. People will happily talk to you about going to the gym 3 times a week. So you're in a good place. So January is a positive month in terms of exercise. So keep doing what you're doing. The regular running we talked about, making sure you're doing that. And we talked about that long run, increasing that long run a little bit each week.
Nice, okay. So still running 3 times a week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I'm running sort of like 3.5K, what should increasing that to sort of 5K by the end of the month?
Yeah, I think you could probably increase it a little bit more than that actually, because we'll talk about this next month. But next month I'll be talking about what your longest training run is. So I'd like you to be increasing You don't always have to think about it as in terms of distance.
Sure.
You can talk about it in terms of time on feet.
Okay.
So you mentioned about doing some of your training runs as doing walking in between. That's absolutely fine.
Nice. Okay.
Slow is good. Doesn't matter if you walk, especially if it's your first half.
Okay.
So maybe think, well, I've been out on a 40-minute training run.
Yeah.
Let's increase that by 5 or 10 minutes each time. Just that long run.
Just little increments. That's really good.
Little increments.
Okay.
10% is the rule of thumb, but you are going to need to get to a point where you're out running for at least an hour.
Sure. Okay.
Hour and a quarter.
Yeah. Okay. So it's quite cold at the moment. I'm conscious that the weather's going to be different in a couple of months. So if I'm out in tracksuit bottoms and jumpers, is that what I should be doing? How should I be preparing myself in that way?
Yeah. There are some things in terms of clothing. Yes, please practice what you're going to wear.
Okay.
There are some things that are not going to change depending on the weather. So your shoes, socks, I like to wear a hat when I'm running. Things like that aren't going to change whether it's cold or wet or hot.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's a hot day, you might be wearing shorts. The Bath Rugby Foundation tops are usually vests. You might want to think about having a jumper at the start. We'll cover that when we get nearer to the event. What sort of trainers are you running in?
Just, everyday sort of trainers, to be honest. Nothing specific, nothing special.
So maybe now is a good time to think about going into the January sales and getting a pair of running specific trainers. Okay. They're constructed slightly differently than generic trainers. They'll have more cushioning. But if you are going to buy a new pair of trainers, now is a very good time to do it so that you can practice. The other thing I think that you will need to be practicing in January is your hydration and nutrition. Okay. Now, Bath Half Marathon, on the route, there are water stops. They do encourage people to bring their own hydration. Sure. The reason for that, it's more environmentally friendly, but also it might be the next water stop might be half an hour running, and if it's a hot day, which it usually is, having water available is much more preferable. So you can get either a hydration vest or a bottle that you can put in your shorts or a waist pack. Don't agree with the handheld bottles because it stops your arm flow and it adds a little bit of tension. But there are various ways that you can do it. So
That's really helpful.
Yeah, so practice your hydration. The other thing it's worth practicing once or twice is nutrition.
Okay.
On the course, the gels that are provided are usually provided by High Five, the company.
Okay.
You can buy them from Amazon. I'm pretty certain you can buy them from the supermarket. Worth grabbing a hold of a couple of those and practicing those.
Good to know.
So you could do that on one of your long training runs.
Sure. No, that's really
See
helpful.
what happens with the gel. And the gel there really is to give you a bit of extra energy. The time that the race starts, depending on which wave you're in, is going to be around about 10:30, 11 o'clock on the day of the race. Most people will have had breakfast. What I would say is whatever you have for breakfast now, what sort of thing do you have for breakfast?
Normally something on toast or something along those lines.
Something on toast, yeah. So anything that's carbohydrate rich.
Okay.
Porridge, toast. Some people have cornflakes. Practice perhaps eating your breakfast at the normal time, then going for a run about 10:30, 11 o'clock, see how your stomach feels.
Sure.
Generally speaking, you're not going to be able to run the whole half marathon unless you're doing it in super duper quick time without some extra form of nutrition. The gels are there because they're convenient.
Yeah, okay.
I take a banana personally. Most race photographs, I've got a banana shoved in my vest top because I like a banana after about an hour of running. But yes, you can practice that. Sweets, gels. You don't need to have a burger halfway around.
Okay, fair.
So
No, thank you so much. That's really helpful.